King Charles III has been diagnosed with cancer. Buckingham Palace just confirming the news in a statement, but not saying which type of cancer.
Be quick to listen before this video disappears. Lately, the monarchy has been facing swirling rumors from King Charles III's alleged cancer diagnosis to Princess Kate's own health struggles that hint at deep shifts behind palace walls. Princess Beatrice's unexpected role is fueling debate on modernizing an ancient institution, while Queen Camilla's surprising reactions may change everything. In this rapidly unfolding saga, even longtime watchers are left guessing, who is really in charge, and what does the future hold? King Charles III and Princess Kate face cancer. Diagnoses: King Charles III's unexpected cancer diagnosis sent tremors through the monarchy, highlighting just how fragile even the oldest institutions can be. Not long after, the public learned that Princess Kate, Prince William's wife and the future queen, was also battling the disease. This dual health crisis created a renewed sense of urgency around public engagements. Both have had to withdraw from many official duties, leaving the royal family with fewer visible leaders on the stage. For a family that thrives on continuity and tradition, these health setbacks have plunged the palace into a delicate balancing act, juggling the need for privacy with the pressure to reassure the public. From the outside looking in, the royals appear calm in public statements, but whispers inside palace walls suggest considerable stress and worry. The House of Windsor is no stranger to challenges, yet this particular predicament intersects personal well-being and constitutional obligation. On one hand, King Charles's long-awaited reign arrived after decades of preparation and anticipation. On the other, his unexpected health issues limit his ability to be fully present as monarch. Meanwhile, Princess Kate, a key figure for connecting with modern audiences, now faces her own health difficulties. The monarchy finds itself questioning how to maintain stability without two of its most prominent figures deeply involved. Royal observers note that a culture of secrecy has long influenced how the family handles sensitive topics. The official line is often carefully worded, sticking to tradition and avoiding too much detail. With modern media's intensity, however, the pressure to offer more transparent updates grows daily. Royal fans want to know about Kate's progress and keep track of Charles's condition, if only to feel closer to the family's experiences. Yet, privacy remains paramount, and the palace has not divulged specifics. This tension mirrors a wider reality. People want reassurance, but the royals have always drawn a line between duty and personal life. Behind the scenes, Prince William has stepped up wherever needed. Although preoccupied with caring for his wife and supporting his father, he attends critical engagements and remains visible in public. Queen Camilla has also increased her appearances, often substituting for King Charles as he undergoes treatment. The monarchy, as an institution, depends on resilience, on demonstrating that, no matter what problems arise, it will carry on. However, the gravity of two senior royals facing cancer simultaneously has raised difficult questions about how well the family can meet modern expectations for transparency, compassion, and consistency. Thus, King Charles and Princess Kate's parallel diagnoses continue to test the House of Windsor's preparedness for crisis and its capacity to adapt under extraordinary pressure. Prince William's vision to modernize and slim down. The monarchy. Prince William's push to modernize the monarchy has been a long brewing plan, shaped by shifting public sentiment and his own vision for streamlining centuries-old traditions. While he deeply respects the royal heritage, William recognizes that societal changes demand new approaches. Among his most talked-about ideas is the concept of a slimmed-down monarchy, featuring fewer working royals who would take on more focused responsibilities. This strategic move aims to improve transparency around finances, cut back on perceived excess, and improve overall efficiency. One central element of William's strategy is financial restructuring. Despite the Crown's significant public funding, many Britons have questioned the scope and cost of royal activities. William's plan calls for a smaller, dedicated core of royals who represent the family at key events and handle most official engagements. In practical terms, that means cutting off or reducing support to members who do not perform enough public duties. Prince Andrew's scandal and Prince Harry's departure have already shed light on who might be deemed non-contributing members in the future. While critics see this as a harsh measure, supporters believe it's a necessary step to keep the institution relevant. Another vital part of William's modern monarchy is media engagement. Aware that younger generations get their news digitally, he's taken expansive steps to increase the family's social media presence. Gone are the days when a single press release could quell rumors. William's approach involves quick updates, video addresses, and more personal snapshots into royal life. Still, he also insists on strong boundaries. Privacy remains critical, and oversharing can be risky in an era where every photo and statement can spark controversy. William's vision also relies on generational renewal. With King Charles and Princess Kate both facing serious health challenges, William believes it's time for younger royals to take on a larger share of responsibilities. He's drawn particular attention to Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, among others, as potential fresh faces to represent the crown. With fewer senior royals available, especially after Harry and Meghan's step back, these rising figures could connect with the public in new, more dynamic ways. Princess Beatrice steps into key royal duties. Princess Beatrice has long been overshadowed by higher-profile royals, particularly Prince William, Prince Harry, and Princess Kate. Yet circumstances have shifted dramatically, creating a space for her to play a larger role in the monarchy. Recently, she has begun taking on more public duties, attending events on behalf of senior family members who are absent, and even filling roles once occupied by Prince Harry or Prince Andrew. With King Charles and Princess Kate both struggling with health issues and multiple family members stepping back from official life, Beatrice's steady presence has become increasingly vital. For years, Beatrice maintained a low profile, focusing on her career in the private sector and carrying out smaller charitable engagements behind the scenes. A granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II, she was close enough to the crown to be recognized, but not typically classified as a working royal. Now, however, the monarchy's new direction presents opportunities she hadn't initially anticipated. Under Prince William's modernization plans, including an emphasis on younger faces, Beatrice appears well-positioned to fill gaps in royal engagements. Observers note her genuine warmth when meeting the public, as well as her adaptability to new roles. She has never been the kind of figure who courts the spotlight, but she does share the royal family's strong sense of duty. Stepping in for causes that once lay outside her immediate responsibilities might give her a chance to shape charitable projects that resonate with her personal interests, such as education and dyslexia awareness. This could help the monarchy appeal to a broader audience and show a more contemporary, relatable side. Still, Beatrice's sudden ascension has stirred rumors of behind-the-scenes friction. Queen Camilla, who has become a key player in running daily royal business, initially expressed reservations about Beatrice's higher profile. Family tensions have always existed within the House of Windsor. After all, Prince Andrew's scandal might cast shadows on his daughters. Even so, Beatrice's reputation is largely untarnished, and many see her as capable of stepping up without alienating the public. While it remains unclear whether Beatrice will fully transition into a working royal, there's no doubt her involvement is growing. She's been more visible at charitable events and official gatherings, fueling speculation that this is only the beginning of her increased participation. For a monarchy facing a crisis of both health and public image, Beatrice's emergence might be a welcome development. Enough of a fresh face to meet modern expectations, but still steeped in royal tradition. The coming months will reveal how fully she embraces these responsibilities, and whether she can navigate the pressures of public life without losing the personal touch that makes her distinct among royals. Queen Camilla's uncertain reaction to Beatrice's rising profile. Queen Camilla, a figure who has steadily earned acceptance from the British public after years of controversy, now finds herself in an unexpectedly pivotal role. With King Charles undergoing cancer treatment, she stands in for him at official functions, delivers speeches in his place, and helps oversee daily palace operations. At the same time, Princess Beatrice's rising public profile signals a potential shift in the royal family's future composition, which has reportedly caused some friction behind closed doors. While Camilla ostensibly supports Prince William's modernization efforts, rumors suggest that Beatrice's sudden involvement took her by surprise, sparking caution and, at times, uncertainty. The heart of this tension lies in Camilla's protective stance toward the monarchy. Having experienced years of intense media scrutiny, she is particularly sensitive to any risk of leaks or scandal. Beatrice, for her part, is rumored to maintain close ties with Prince Harry, who famously stepped away from royal duties alongside Meghan Markle. According to palace insiders, Camilla worried that Beatrice's loyalty to Harry might lead to sensitive information ending up in the wrong hands. While no concrete evidence confirmed these fears, the mere possibility was enough to stir anxiety. Camilla's response was, by some reports, sharp and immediate. For a brief period, she was said to have cut off Beatrice from certain gatherings and updates, resulting in palpable tension within the family. King Charles and Prince William, upon learning of this rift, were forced to intervene. They supposedly issued a final warning to Camilla, urging her to act with restraint and recognize Beatrice's necessity in an era where multiple royals are absent due to scandal or health. This behind-the-scenes drama played out against the backdrop of Charles's illness, lending the matter an added layer of urgency. Challenges, fueling internal family tensions and public speculation. The British royal family has weathered many storms, but current events have amplified internal stresses and ignited public interest like never before. King Charles's ascension, which came after the historic reign of the late Queen Elizabeth II, set the stage for both new leadership and fresh controversy. Not long after Charles took the throne, rumors spread that he had been diagnosed with cancer, a shock to a nation still reeling from Elizabeth's passing. On top of that, Princess Kate, widely admired for her grace and approachability, also faced cancer rumors. These parallel health concerns raised questions about how effectively the family could handle royal duties amid personal crises, fueling intense speculation both in tabloid headlines and serious news sources. The secrecy that often shrouds royal life only heightened curiosity. While some aspects of the monarchy are traditionally kept private, the public finds it harder to accept silence in today's era of instant information. Silence on Kate's condition, for instance, led social media users to theorize wildly about the severity of her illness or explain her absence from engagements. Similarly, King Charles's limited public appearances triggered debates about the monarchy's ability to function without its leading figures, prompting many observers to wonder who might fill the gaps. Compounding these health concerns are ongoing rifts within the family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure left emotional scars and damaged relationships, creating a void in the monarchy's public-facing team. Then there is Prince Andrew, whose past scandals have deeply tarnished his reputation, making his continued presence at royal events a lightning rod for criticism. The monarchy's perceived failure to address these controversies quickly or transparently has fueled more public debate. Adding to the chaos, rumors suggest that internal family feuds occasionally spill into decisions about who is allowed to represent the monarchy, and on what terms. There is also a generational issue looming over the institution. Public surveys highlight the struggle for the monarchy to engage younger demographics who often see royal traditions as outdated. With King Charles and Princess Kate recovering from cancer treatment and senior royals largely over 70, the spotlight turns to a handful of younger or previously low-profile figures, such as Princess Beatrice. This reliance on new faces raises questions about readiness, continuity, and the coherence of a centuries-old institution accustomed to gradual evolution rather than abrupt change. Long-standing push to include younger royals in official roles. For decades, royal insiders have discussed the need to bring younger family members into the spotlight. The British monarchy, revered for its ancient customs, has often struggled to stay relevant in an ever-modernizing world. Prince William, now the heir apparent following King Charles's ascension, has been particularly vocal about harnessing the talents of younger royals. Under his leadership, there has been a noticeable urgency to tap into the energy, curiosity, and fresh perspectives that come from royal figures who grew up in a more modern era. The push to include younger royals stems partly from the monarchy's shrinking pool of working members. In the past few years alone, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped back, Prince Andrew withdrew from public roles due to scandal, and now King Charles and Princess Kate are reportedly dealing with health issues. With a smaller number of senior royals at official events, there is an urgent need for others, who may have once remained on the sidelines, to step forward. Royals like Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have thus been brought under the microscope, as they balance their private careers with newfound or expanded public responsibilities. One reason younger royals are so appealing is their ability to connect with modern technology and social media. Prince William recognizes that people under 40 largely consume information through digital platforms. Younger royals immersed in this culture are better equipped to communicate the monarchy's work in a relatable way. By posting compelling videos, photos, and short messages, they can reach an audience that might otherwise ignore traditional news coverage or symbolic ceremonies. Yet, adoption of these new methods is tricky. The monarchy is built on tradition, and older members can be cautious or even uncomfortable about pushing boundaries too fast. Eager to keep a sense of decorum, they sometimes view the younger generation's affection for public transparency as a risk to the institution's aura of mystique. However, William's new approach aims to balance respecting ceremonial customs with a more open, interactive style. He maintains that if the monarchy fails to adapt to shifting cultural norms, it risks losing public goodwill over time. Besides technological engagement, the younger royals also bring new focuses in philanthropy. They are often passionate about concerns like mental health, climate change, and education. Princess Beatrice, for instance, has championed dyslexia awareness, reflecting a more personalized approach to public service than older royals who traditionally presided over grand charitable organizations. By allowing these fresh voices to shine, the royal family hopes to show that it can grow with the times while staying true to its heritage, a delicate dance that may well decide how beloved and influential the crown remains for generations to come. Financial restructuring. Prince William cuts off non-contributing royals. In recent years, Prince William has been at the forefront of a drive to reform the way the royal family uses public funds. Known for his pragmatic thinking, William believes that a streamlined monarchy, often called a slimmed-down monarchy, will be more accountable and more in tune with modern British values. One of the most significant components of this strategy involves revamping financial arrangements by discontinuing support for royals who are no longer actively contributing to the crown's official duties. The departure of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from senior royal roles served as a catalyst. Their move to the United States meant they were no longer available for many of the events and patronages expecting royal engagement. In William's eyes, it made little sense to continue funneling resources toward family members who do not share the monarchy's day-to-day responsibilities. A similar view was taken toward Prince Andrew, whose involvement in a notorious scandal led to the loss of his public roles. According to inside sources, William concluded that Andrew could not continue to receive the same level of financial support, given his controversial standing and lack of official engagement. However, the idea of cutting off certain royals from financial resources has not been without pushback. Some longtime supporters argue that members of the family deserve lifelong support, given the years they spent adhering to strict protocols. Others claim that the monarchy itself has historically allocated funds with minimal transparency, so such abrupt cuts could spark even greater scrutiny. But William and his advisors appear to believe that the public is more inclined to support the institution if it thematically aligns with calls for accountability and a pay-for-performance approach. Apart from direct funding, William has also encouraged re-evaluations of who receives security details, staff, and other privileges. Being part of the royal family used to mean enjoying a range of perks, regardless of one's contributions. Now, that may no longer be the case. Though the monarchy can't simply strip everyone of ceremony and tradition, observers note it wants to shift perceptions so that members who are meaningfully involved receive tangible backing, while those who opt out of duties are expected to finance their own lifestyles. By taking a tougher stance on royal expenses, William hopes to show the public that the crown recognizes the financial struggles of ordinary people, particularly during challenging economic times. His approach aims to maintain the monarchy's prestige, but also ensure it stands on stable financial ground. In an age when transparency is prized, many see this as a defining test of whether the centuries-old institution can adapt, or whether entrenched customs will ultimately prevail. Legacy of Prince Andrew's scandal and its impact on his daughters. Prince Andrew once occupied a prominent position within the British royal family, but his fall from grace has cast a long shadow over both his reputation and that of his daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. His association with the late Jeffrey Epstein tarnished the family's public image, leading to an avalanche of negative headlines and the eventual stripping of his official military and royal patronages. While Andrew's scandal primarily damaged his own standing, it inevitably affected Beatrice and Eugenie, who have had to navigate the consequences of their father's actions in plain view of the media and the public. For many, the question is whether the princesses should bear the brunt of their father's controversies. Both women have generally maintained low-key public profiles, focusing on personal careers and private charities. Yet the stigma attached to Andrew has led to ongoing debates about their eligibility for more visible roles within the monarchy. Critics argue that the daughters should not be penalized for circumstances beyond their control. Supporters, including some royal commentators, highlight that Beatrice and Eugenie are often praised for their charitable work and respectful public conduct, which differs starkly from the controversies swirling around Andrew. Nevertheless, being the children of a disgraced royal complicates their standing in an institution whose entire premise rests on trust, respect, and tradition. When Prince William began exploring ways to bring younger royals into the fold, particularly in light of Prince Harry's departure and King Charles's health challenges, many wondered how Andrew's daughters might fit in. Princess Beatrice, for instance, was seen at key events and occasionally stepped in to represent the crown at smaller engagements, hinting that she could have a meaningful role in the monarchy's future. However, rumors suggest that Queen Camilla initially questioned whether welcoming Andrew's daughters into a higher profile might reignite negative attention. The sisters' relationship with other royals also shapes how the public perceives them. They are said to be supportive of Prince Harry on a personal level, a fact that has raised eyebrows given his complicated exit from royal life. Meanwhile, the late Queen Elizabeth II reportedly adored her granddaughters and felt that they could bring positive energy to the monarchy. Because of that, some insiders believe she was sympathetic to the idea of them participating more fully in royal events. Prince Harry and Meghan's exit intensifies staffing gaps. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's decision to step back from royal life was a major turning point for the House of Windsor. Their exit, widely known as Megxit, immediately left a noticeable void in the family's core team. Traditionally, the monarchy relies on a select group of senior royals to fulfill countless public engagements, diplomatic duties, and charitable responsibilities. With Harry and Meghan's departure, the number of those available for such tasks shrank dramatically, exposing gaps at a time when the Windsors face serious health issues and widespread public attention. Before stepping back, Harry was deeply involved in various charities, military-related events, and initiatives close to his heart, including the Invictus Games. Meghan also brought a modern flair, championing women's empowerment, mental health, and diversity. Their departure meant a sudden loss of two high-profile figures who were notably effective at drawing worldwide media coverage. After all, many younger Britons and international admirers had followed the couple's every move, hoping to see the monarchy adapt to modern life. Losing them has forced other royals to fill the space, often juggling more events and responsibilities in an already tense environment. Complicating matters further are King Charles and Princess Kate's rumored health challenges, which have limited their public schedules. As a result, Prince William shoulders a heavier load, stepping in for his father at certain ceremonial events, while also supporting Kate through her medical journey. Queen Camilla has likewise become busier, often representing King Charles in public appearances. Yet even their combined efforts cannot fully replace the coverage Harry and Meghan once provided, particularly when connecting with younger demographics or presenting a racially diverse face of the royal family. In this vacuum, other royals, like Princess Beatrice, have been invited to assume more visible roles. Initially, neither Beatrice nor her sister Eugenie was widely considered working royals. However, with multiple high-profile relatives now absent, they stand among the few potentially willing to expand their duties. Prince William's plan to modernize and slim down the monarchy has inadvertently accelerated this shift. Where once the idea was to focus on a tight circle, now he must reevaluate how best to fill upcoming engagements. Future of the British monarchy amid health crises and modern pressures. The British monarchy is facing a moment unlike any in its recent history. King Charles III, newly ascended yet rumored to be battling cancer, has had to scale back his public engagements just when many expected him to step forward as a strong figurehead. At the same time, Princess Kate, usually a beacon of vitality, has been contending with her own reported health concerns. As a result, the family's most recognized figures are less visible, prompting questions about how well this ancient institution can respond to the modern pressures piling up around it. Chief among these challenges is public perception. Younger generations, in particular, voice increasing skepticism about the monarchy's place in a rapidly changing society. When everything from wages to political alliances is in flux, a family that commands deference by birthright feels out of step to some. Prince William recognizes this, which is why he has championed slimming down the monarchy and adopting a more transparent approach to finances. He hopes that by focusing on a smaller circle of dedicated royals, while cutting off those who contribute little, he can preserve the monarchy's prestige without appearing extravagant. Yet implementation isn't simple. Harry and Meghan's departure pulled away two major figures, leaving fewer senior royals to shoulder engagements. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew's scandals effectively removed him from the spotlight, eliminating another once prominent member of the family's public-facing team. Now, even King Charles and Princess Kate, due to health issues, cannot maintain their usual pace. Queen Camilla has risen to represent her husband at multiple events, but questions linger about whether one person, or even a small handful of people, can keep up with the monarchy's extensive itinerary. Amid these issues, younger royals like Princess Beatrice are stepping up. Advocates welcome the fresh energy and potential to relate to a new generation, while skeptics remain unsure whether such ad hoc solutions can truly modernize a centuries-old institution. Part of the monarchy's strength lies in continuity, the stoic sense that no matter the crisis, it will persevere. Yet with the king unable to participate fully in public life, the monarchy's symbolic assurance of stability feels disrupted.